Hi folks, this is Bhadra Patel from bhadrapatel.com, and today I want to give a review of a program which I have been using for a year and been very successful at it. It's called the Barry Paslow's EBUS VIP review, and it's a really an underground method which generates a ton of sales for zero investment on traffic and inventory using the eBay platform. Okay, and so I'll be going through a very detailed review of exactly what this system consists of, and you will get a good understanding of why I really like the system in there. So I have a personal experience with this EBUS system. And so if you've never been involved in e-commerce or are afraid of doing it because like Shopify costs $40 a month just for a store and haven't been successful on it, then this is the time to actually look at the eBay system, which I've been using since last year. Okay, and I joined last year. I'm glad I did. I had to spend about 2 weeks of real work to get everything set up, but after that I just spent 10 to 15 hours a week, and last month I have hired a VA who's doing most of my work, so I'm really only spending about 5 hours a week now. Okay, so I will be giving a very detailed review of the program itself to show you, but let me give you a little bit of why I think this is a very good time, the 2020, to really work the eBay system, especially using this Barry Paslow's underground system. Barry, a very well known eBay marketer with his staff. He's from Israel, and very supportive of all the students. And he's been the eBay and the class I was in, there's an 80 to about 85% success rate, and that's unheard of because they do everything for you, so you will succeed. Now, there's a little bit of 5 to 10 hours of work a week you have to do to make it really run smooth. So, and the other thing too is eBay itself. eBay is in big competition with Amazon, and Amazon is having a bad name because they haven't been able to get your Prime, 2-day Prime working. I do have an Amazon store, and I'm having a very difficult time with Amazon because of the restrictions and the changes in that. eBay really loves new sellers. It never competes with you like Amazon does. Okay, Amazon looks at your products, and if it's successfully selling, it'll actually go to the wholesaler directly and then be in competition with you. eBay will not have that case. There is SEO traffic. It helps actually. eBay will help a new user to actually put your listing ahead of experienced users to give you a boost, because they really do want highly motivated sellers to do that. Okay, and Barry's system, which does drop shipping in 2 days flat and high product margin, and he limits every product to only 8 people. That means it can never get saturated. So the whole system is automated. I'm going to go through that so you understand what it is. So it's a very minimal investment. The initial investment you have to do. His staff will research, and this is the biggest part on eBay. eBay is, it's worldwide, and so you really have to search for trending products and products which sell, and their various tools, and that's really where it takes most of the time. When I didn't have the EBUS system and I was doing all the research myself, I used to spend almost 20 hours a week doing research. I do not have to do that anymore because Barry's EBUS system does it for me. And then not only that, through the monitor, it actually lists it and monitors it. And what I do is every 60 days I look at listings which are not performing well, and I just delete them. Okay, through the system, through the EBUS system, automatically the software then goes through, looks at the trending products, creates the new listing. So I don't have to create a listing. I haven't created an eBay listing for a whole year. Okay. Now, so that's the automated system you have in there. Plus, you do not have to look for any products because he has a massive product base adding in monthly, varies negotiated, and so you just use his catalog, and we'll go through that. Okay. So, and then also he has extensive training with Serge, who's a master eBay mentor. eBay beginners guys, ongoing Q&A sessions almost every week. So if there's a problem, you get onto the system. And then I've been to the live Vegas event. I spent almost $2,000 for that because I really wanted to learn. You get the whole system free now. Okay. And so make sure you at least click on the link, grab a seat. At least Barry will then show you what the system is all about. I'll be explaining most of it anyway. So the system here, it Barry allows you to do wonders, really. And you do have to spend some time every week to clear up the listings and things like that. Okay, so let's go through that. So once you decide you want to go into the system, you get into the umbrella. Its umbrella is the education system. I have a whole bunch of his courses because they're all good and they all make me money. And the one we are talking about is EBUS VIP system. Okay, that's a new course. What they did was they actually, I was in the EBUS and the EBUS Mass Product Skill System. They take these two systems, which I had to pay individually, and combined it into one system and load the cost. So you have a good deal if you really want it in there. Okay, and so once you do that, this is the where you start learning. Okay, and it's detailed. So introduction. It gives you, make sure you get your email account activation setup. The initial setup is 23 videos. Okay, and I think this really is where you'll spend a lot of time getting to know this. Again, because it's a new system, you have a software which you need to at least understand how they work together, and very, you don't have to think it. You just click on the video. It's a 1-minute video. It's a small, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. So it's small steps you do. And I like that because I do not work on this full time. So when I have half an hour to 40 minutes for that day, I can just go through and do a little bit of a task and get it done. That's how I did it last year. Then over here, you to set up and to tell you what to do. It's setting up the system itself, the seller hub in eBay and all of that. And now they do teach you how to do listings, what to look for listings, even though you don't need to because they will do it for you. But if you have stuff in that home or you have some friends, stuff you want to list, you can do that too. So there's good education you get with it, okay? And then when you come to this is the automation series. The big global system right here is the two parts to that. It's a monitor, which monitors your listing, adds in new listings, and it also shows what orders you have. So you pay the wholesalers one-click payment because you get the money from the customer from PayPal. You go to PayPal, do one click, and it goes to the wholesaler, and the wholesaler then takes care of all the shipping. Not only that, the wholesaler also takes care of all the messaging and to eBay, so the customer knows when he's going to get it. Okay, and so placing the order. So and you really get an understanding. That is, if you want to do things yourself, which I do, I have about 20 listings of my own which I manage and work. But because I'm not using their products, the monitor does not monitor it. But I can tell it to monitor. I want to do that myself in there. So you can see the system right here. So beginning there, and then what you have. This is where you really make money. Advanced sales gives you some really how to 10x your profit margin. That's why 80 to 85% of the users coming in will succeed. And then develop your account. Then these are your recordings, as you can see. And these are long recordings, 60-minute, 30-minute, 60-minute, and you learn a lot. This is where if there changes in eBay policy or if there changes in some wholesalers, you get all the information right here. So it's a complete system. You do not need any other eBay system to really understand, to get more of that. So once you have the system up running, then let's take you to the catalog. So this is what they say, you have a million catalog. This is your catalog right here. And the way the catalog works is if you go in through here, these are all the different catalogs you can, and you can pick what you want over here. And I always do that. So even though the system will automatically, you have to fill a form and say what niche you want or things like, there's some basic information you want to give if you do want to. And then the system and the people, various people who actually will then look at what your requirements are and then look at the trends and fill your listings and pick the products. But if you do want to do it manually yourself, like for example, if you want that apparel, right? And if you want to do a backpack, okay? Everything runs off this number, okay? And so you see, if you do that, you add to lister right there. As soon as you do add to lister, and I'm going to show you the lister system. So you go on picking what you want. You can pick everything you want, and then you can connect it to the lister. Lister is the one which creates the listings. Also tells you in stock, out of stock. What that means over here are two things. Number one, that the wholesaler who's supplying this is out of stock, or 8 people have applied to list this, then you will not be able to list it. That way, there's not too much competition other than 8. Okay, so that's a neat system to do. Okay, and so you understand that. So you can go to any of this system to get all the products which you want. And then you have, because you're in the VIP system, this is a new system, is in all new products, you get 14-day exclusive first priority where you can have it listed, and you can tell the listers to do that too automatically. And I've made a lot of money on this because, like for example, these things right here, ankle bracelets, are very useful. And then the kids, because of the kids staying home right now, these things right here, they're just massive demands to do this. So you go to this art sections right here, and then you start adding the listers in there, okay, and you make some good money. So you don't really have to really look at it. Okay, so once you have this and you pick what you want, or you let the system pick it for you, so you have two choices in there, then this is the brains of the system. This is called a B Global Monitor. Okay, and so here on my listings, so, and I didn't create any of these listings right here. The system created it, and it's managing it over here. And these listings will then it sends it down to eBay. So this is where you look at it. And then you can yourself delete the listings. And the inventory is automatically managed over here. So if the inventory gets to 0, okay, then the listing is paused by the monitor in eBay. So you do not have to worry about that. The only thing you have to really worry about, what you have to do is you have to tell the system how much profit you want, 10, 15, 20%. Usually 15 to 18% is a good one to be competitive. I've gone 20 to 25, then the sales slow down, okay? So you have that. The orders, you see over here, when you click on it, these are all the orders in there. And there's a click over here, you click on it and you pay the wholesaler. And the wholesaler will then send it. And the good part about it is you don't put any money out of your rank. You first get paid by the customer, and only then you send it. So there's no investment other than the initial investment you do. So that's the orders. This is the auto lister, and this is the bulk lister. So like I use this, when Mother's Day, Halloween, Christmas, I want some special, I see some special listings I want to be done. I remember the codes I have, I showed you in the catalog. I just, when I do add to lister, as I showed you, it gets populated over here. I can go in and then change all my profit, how much profit I want, and Christmas and all that. My profit goes higher, so I change it over here. Okay. And then I say bulk import, and boom, it goes in, and all my eBay listings are created. And then the monitor here, okay, price monitor, manages everything. So that's a really neat system. And here's my eBay account right now. Because of the COVID, I've lowered down the listings to about 414. Think about it. If you created 414 listings of your own, it'll take you hours and hours to do that. Okay? I don't have to do anything. It's all there. It tells me what the worth is and how many quantities I have in 29,000. So I'm very selective as to what to do. I will then increase it once we get into the fall. And in Christmas, I'll be going up to about 3,000 to 4,000 listings. Okay? I do have a VA who manages it with me. And so it becomes an easier task in there. Now, as I told you, I have an Amazon store too, and there I have to do everything myself. I have to send the wholesaler over. I have 2 VAs managing that, and I'm slowly moving more of my stuff to eBay right now, and I'm not doing too much on Amazon because I make more money on eBay and less work in there. So you see the system's power here. Barry has created a system whereby people like us who are busy, who actually want to do part-time because we have other work to do or other obligations to do, we can do this at home in the evening, in the morning, spend an hour or 2 a day, okay, and the system runs, okay. So again, that's why I really like the system. The pros of the system is quite a pros. You have additional things done monthly. You have extensive training. You're really learning a lot while you're doing this. Okay, and because you're learning, you're able to beat a lot of the more experienced eBay users because they don't have this knowledge. Okay, and I do that quite a bit. I actually go in and change the prices through the monitor, and the monitor then monitors some new prices and all that. And then you have a lot of so the pros are with very minimal investment. The system takes care of you. You do have to do a little bit of work, setting up the eBay account, setting up the PayPal and all of that initially. That's the first 2 weeks. You really have to work to get all that done. But as I told you, there are only 3-4 minute videos which you do. It's quick, and you do it in your time which you want. But once that's done, and once you hand it over to Barry's people, says, here's my account, here's the niches I would like to do, boom, they will continue doing that. I only log in and then I get emails from eBay saying, hey, you got an order. When I get that, I then just log in and pay the wholesaler, which is one deal. That's all I have to do that. And the reason they cannot automate that is because of the financial disclosures. Okay, they do not want wholesalers to get into our accounts. That's the manual step we have to do. Okay, but now my VA does that. Okay, so I only look at the accounting information, and that's it. So I hope you got a feel about how powerful the system is. The price is not that much. The biggest con, as I can say, is the initial cost is in a couple of $100, but believe me, it's worth every penny, and you'll make it up in a couple of months. But you do have to take action. And Barry's motto, if you click on the link over here, or any of the links over here, right here, you'll get about a 50-minute review of what the system is. Well, I've given you the review, but he gives you the whole system review of it, and how his people work and do things together. And so that's worth looking at, just for that. So look at it, understand it. It's educational. And then if you feel that this is really will fit your need, and that you have about 8 to 10 hours a week to work on the system, then get the system if you like it. Okay. If you're not going to work on it, or not any spend, then don't waste your time or your money, because it doesn't happen on its own. Even though it's automatic, you do have to. A lot of systems are that. There is that 8 to 10 hours a week of which you have to actually work. Okay. The thing is, you have to look after the money which you're earning. Okay. So hopefully, I was able to explain to you how the system is. And if you never heard of eBay or never done eBay, click on this thing right here. This goes directly to the order page. But if you want, at least go in here, and you get a good education for 60 minutes. Excellent education which you can use to look at other products and things like that. So at least do that and get to know what Barry does. I hope this helps you quite a bit in making a decision. And if you're ready, just click on the list here. Okay. And if you're looking from the YouTube video, then this eBay sales review, okay, will be at the bottom of the description. Okay, at the description, go down to the YouTube video. There's a description line. Just click on it. You'll get to this page right here, and then you can work on it. Thank you for listening, and I do hope this is very educational for you. Thanks.